Good afternoon, everyone. So, today we are discussing about the topic that is blood grouping system from the chapter of body fluid and circulation. So, as we all know that human beings who have a different kinds of that of the blood groups, even it should be appear in that of the similar way. That mean we know that a human being the blood color are similar due to the presence of the RBC hemoglobin. But there are occur different kinds of the blood group that is very familiar, that is A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group, okay, O blood group, more specific A positive, B positive, AB positive, like this. So we should know that the human being who have the different kinds of the blood group based on that of the different aspect. And this blood grouping system is very important due to the time of the blood transfusion. A correct blood grouping system which prevent the adverse reaction due to the time of the blood transfusion. And this blood transfusion that should be occur in the time of the accident and also the organ transplantation time and also the other surgery time. So the correct blood transfusion that prevent the adverse reaction in the case of that of the patient. Also, a correct blood grouping system is very important at the time of the pregnancy and also in the field of the forensic science. And we have different kinds of the blood grouping system, that is ABO blood grouping system and RH grouping system. So what is the actual criteria behind this ABO blood grouping system and RH grouping system? So we should study more specific data about this ABO blood grouping system and also RS grouping system in this session. So are you guys all ready? So now we are starting this ABO blood grouping system. So ABO blood grouping system is mainly based on the presence or absence of antigen. So what do you mean by that of the antigen and antibody? When we study about the field or the topic immunology, it is very familiar the two term that is antigen and antibody. Any chemical substance that can evoke the immune response that can be called the antigen. And the protein which is produced in the plasma of a person that can be called that of the antibody. So, the presence of the antigen and the antibody, we can classify different kind of the blood group. Here the ABO blood grouping was mainly based on the presence of that of the antigen A and antigen B. Similarly, we know that a person who donate that of the blood to the other person that can be called the donor. Similarly, a person who can receive that of the blood group from another person that can be called the recipient. So when a donor who donate that of the blood group another person, the donor blood which contain that of the RBC or red blood cell on the surface of that of the RBC which consist of antigen or chemical substances. So mainly there are two kind of the antigen, that is antigen A and antigen B. Similarly, a recipient who received that of the blood from a donor whose plasma which is produced the protein against that of the antigen, that is antibody. So due to the presence of this antigen and antibody, we can classify A blood group, AB blood group, AB O blood group or O blood group. Okay, so there are different kind of the blood group, that is A group, B group, AB group, O group. So this is the main criteria behind this ABO blood grouping system. So now you can see a picture. The first picture, that is RBC which have antigen A. Second picture you can see the RBC which have the antigen B. And third picture you can see a donor RBC which have both antigen, that is antigen A and antigen B. And fourth picture the RBC which have no antigen. Similarly, a recipient whose plasma which is produced different kind of the protein, that is antibody A, antibody B. So on the basis of this antigen A, antigen B, or the antibody A, antibody B, we can classify A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group and O group. Now you can see a table. So a person who have that of the blood group A, who have antigen A and opposite antibody, that is anti B. So B blood group which have the antigen B and opposite antibody on the recipient plasma, that is anti A. A person who have the blood group AB, who have that of the antigen both A and B and which have no antigen. So this ABO blood group, a person who have that of the ABO blood group was considered as that of the universal recipient because the absence of that of the antibody in the recipient plasma. Okay, and similarly a person who have that of the O blood group who have no antigen, no antigen A, no antigen B, but who have the antibody anti-A and anti-B. So the person who have the blood group O, who is considered as that of the universal donor because of the absence of the antigen that present on the RBC surface. Okay, so this is that of the blood grouping, ABO blood grouping system. Okay, and why the reason the O blood group is considered as that of the universal donor? Because who have no that of the antigen, and AB group which is considered as that of the universal recipient because who have no antibody. Okay, so due to the presence or absence of that of the antibody in the recipient plasma, who can receive that of the every blood group, so it is considered as that of the universal recipient. Now you can see a reaction, that is agglutination reaction. We know that a person who have that of the blood group A, who can donate only the person who have that of the blood group A. A person who have that of the blood group B, who can only donate the person who have that of the blood group B. Okay, but in the case of that of the O blood group, who can donate that of the every blood group because the antigens are absent. A person who have the blood group AB, who can receive that of the every kind of that of the blood group. So just imagine a person who have the blood group A, who donate the person who have that of the blood group B. So a donor who have the blood group A, who donate that of the blood group B, what should be happen? There should be occur the agglutination reaction. So what is agglutination reaction? A person who have that of the blood group A, who have antigen, that is antigen A. A recipient who have that of the blood group B, whose plasma which is produce the antibody A. So antigen A and antibody A. When antigen A and antibody A, that both antigen and antibody are similar and which will become react, and there should be occur the agglutination reaction which lead to the breaking of that of the RBC, and that will lead to that of the severe condition. So that is why a person who can donate, a person who have that of the blood group A, who can donate only the person who have that of the blood group A. A person who have that of the blood group B, who can only donate the person who have the blood group B. So this is the criteria based on the presence or absence of the antigen and antibody. So this is the ABO blood grouping system. Thank you.